Oh shit, I think I figured it out this time.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
notification saying I'm being live streamed.
Yep.
Oh shit, let me turn my shit back.
Are you a bear?
I'm a bad baby. Pretty nice. Turn your video back on, Johnny. You look ridiculous.
I like that. Hold on. I want to try some.
I look like R. Kelly right here, boy. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Why do many filters? Trash. Are you a robber?
I'm R. Kelly, baby. I'm the Pied Piper.
If you're R. Kelly, I'm running.
That's what he used to wear the freaking headbands with the hat. Oh, snap.
Why did Jonathan leave?
Oh no, he left us hanging.
So rude. What do you want to do while he's gone?
When the cat's away, the mice will play.
Mm. Nah, but dead ass. What are we doing here?
Hanging out. I'm sure he'll be back around.
Okay.
He probably messed up something. He's trying to figure it out right now.
I guess I'll wait. Oh, you sent
Yeah.
me some stuff earlier. Thank you for the memes.
How's work going?
Pretty good. I have a little bit of stuff to do today, so I can't be on live forever. But just today and tomorrow, I gotta finish out, and then I can finally, pretty good. I have
Hello, hello.
I can't. Hello. But
Am I in here? Hello?
today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Can you hear us?
You hear me? Am I in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, hello. Okay. Finally. All right.
Can you hear us?
You hear me? Am I in here? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, hello. Okay.
Why am I
Finally.
hearing so much audio feedback?
I don't know. It's like a delay on everything.
It's a huge delay.
What the hell is that?
Exactly. I don't know. Delay on everything.
Okay. I'm trying to see what everyone else is seeing.
Exactly.
And are they going to hear that feedback? Because that's horrible.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like you have it open on one thing and you have your Zoom on one thing.
Hear that feedback? Because that's horrible. Johnny, mute yourself for a second.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like you have it open on one.
Yeah, it's better when you mute. That's horrible. Johnny, mute yourself for a second.
So what it sounds like you have it open on one.
Okay. Do you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just worried it's going to start feeding back again.
Okay. Well, it sounds better now. So anyway, what's good? What's really good, you guys? Okay. Do you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just worried it's going to start. It's coming from you because when you're muted, it's gone.
Well, it sounds better now. So anyway, what's good? What's really good, you guys? I mean, if you guys want to do the freaking podcast without me, I can definitely watch.
It's coming from you because when you're muted, it's gone. No.
It sounds better now. So anyway, what's good? What's really good, you guys?
Yeah, it's got to be something to do with having the live stream and Zoom on. So we're hearing you through Zoom, and then we're also hearing you again through the live stream, which is coming from your same device.
Yep.
I don't know how to stop that unless you mute the live stream for yourself. If you can do that.
I just turned the live stream off just now. Let's see if it's still lagging or not.
Did you say lacking? Because I'm never lacking. All right, guys. First time freaking YouTube live. This is how we freaking do it because we don't know what the fuck we're doing exactly. All right. Okay. You guys still hear something? Yep, still hear something, brother.
It's still lagging?
Yeah.
I don't hear no lagging on my side.
I'm all good.
Okay. I think we're good now. Okay. It's probably because I had YouTube open on the app as well. So
yeah.
Okay. All right.
This lighting.
It looks good on you.
Thank you.
I fuck with it. All right. Is this guy gonna get okay? There he is. All right, bet.
All right. Trash, bro.
So, what's good, y'all? I'm Johnny. I'm the bad nurse. I got Blue on the Zoom as well. So we're here today. Current date is July 29, 2022. And this is our very first Zoom live streaming on YouTube, man. Our first official live stream podcast virtually because Blue and I are not together at the moment. We are separated by about 400 miles. I'm currently in Fort Myers, Florida. He's currently in Augusta, Georgia. But we're working on getting back together, guys. So we will get there eventually. Now, in the meantime, we are here today because we are going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. With that being said, we got a few topics that we want to hit on today. So, Mr. Blue, do you want to go ahead and tell me about something that you're passionate about in today, whether it be pop culture or world news or anything that finds interesting to you? What's on your mind, sir? Haven't talked to you in a while. What's on your mind, sir?
Oh man, there's so many things going on right now. But man, why don't we talk about let's talk about the monkeypox going on, man. There's a crazy pandemic. It's like we just got over all this COVID pandemic, and now they say this monkeypox pandemic is going through the roof now. San Francisco, and there's another city up in New York. They said that there's a state of emergency right now. That's freaking nuts. It looks like we could end up getting shut down again if this keeps outbreaking.
I mean, it's very possible, man. I mean, I personally I haven't seen no monkeypox in any hospitals. I'm starting to see COVID again. I haven't seen no monkeypox. So I don't even know exactly what monkeypox is. I've heard about it, never done research on it. Don't know how crazy or lethal or deadly it is.
Oh, you know what? Why don't we Google it? From what I was informed, I was informed monkeypox like kind of breaks out with hurtful blisters all over you. But I haven't really done the research to see it, and I haven't seen it in a hospital yet. But they say the numbers in Atlanta have been growing.
It makes you wonder, like, at what point does it get to a point where they want to shut stuff down, like a COVID, right? You know what I'm saying? Because like COVID
Uh,
came to a point where it's like we got to shut stuff down, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do all the extra precautions and all this stuff. But you also have the other outbreaks that happened before that you really didn't see none of that shit happening for, like Ebola or swine flu, like all the other shit that recently happened. They really wasn't shutting shit down like that. You know what I'm saying? But COVID, they did. Now you got monkeypox, and they say it's like becoming a big thing. But most people don't even really know about monkeypox like that. It ain't big like COVID was.
so
So
so from what it says monkeypox. I just googled it real quick. Monkeypox is typically characterized by a new unexplained rash that develops into hard, round, fluid, or pus-filled skin lesion. You also get fever, swollen lymph nodes, muscle aches, chills.
is it lethal?
Um, it says a virus. I don't see that as lethal though.
Hmm. I mean, a virus can be lethal. I thought. Well, some of them can. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I guess we'll find out more information in the upcoming weeks or so.
It says monkeypox can spread from the time symptoms start until the rash has fully healed and a fresh layer of skin has formed. The illness typically lasts 2 to 4 weeks.
Hmm. It's not a long
Goodness.
time to be sick, though.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
That's kind of a long time to be sick. But who knows, man? Because it's like, where did it come from? And how fast is spreading? How does it spread? Like, is it like, because COVID is like a respiratory virus. So is monkeypox like, is it like kind of like herpes where you can only get it through touching people? Or if I touch
Yeah.
this and you touch the same thing I just touched, you get it like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is it respiratory? Is it, bodily fluids? Like, I don't know. I just felt like when COVID was around, even though nobody knew what the hell was going on, the information kind of came quick. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it must not be as
It,
serious.
it says monkeypox is spread through close contact with an infected person who has symptoms. Brief interactions that do not involve physical contact are not high risk. The virus can spread through direct contact with rash, stabs, or body fluids of an infected person.
Mm,
That's
interesting.
wild. Yeah, that's wild.
They say like what
Well,
country got the most in?
let's see. Monkeypox cases. San Francisco declares an emergency to help the city deal with monkeypox. That's where I see the most so far. And New York also declares it.
I feel like Cali, New York can't get a fucking break. They always got some shit going on.
But there's too many people over there. There's too many people in that condensed area and they're going too wild. Like when you look at New York on the map, like they have such a huge population, but if you look at New York City geographically, it's like all right there. Like the whole rest of the state is like empty. And then you got like Buffalo that's up there. What's up, Buff? We got a Buff expert on here.
Hi, I am an expert on all things buff. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like the whole state is like condensed. All that population is condensed in like the city and the boroughs. and then like the rest of the state, there's like nothing there. Like then you're spread out or something.
That's actually true because like I rode through a train through upstate New York, and there's really not shit in upstate New York. It's like a bunch of very small, away from a lot of type shit houses. It's not like you don't see a lot of neighborhoods unless you go to Buffalo, like West New York. Then you have like the
Yeah,
city with Buff, Tonawanda, and all that stuff out there. But for the most part, it's mostly like mountains and hills and shit like that. But it's crazy though, because like the city of New York in itself, the population from a video I saw recently showed that that city is the number one city and the population is bigger than like the next 3, 4, or 5 cities combined of the most
yeah,
populated cities in the state. I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
yeah. It's like all living in that one area, like spread out a little bit.
Yeah, you think they would have made New York City like extend like maybe not the New York City, but maybe they could put like an extra borough and extend New York City like maybe further north.
Yeah,
Cause
yeah.
Add an extra borough.
huh?
I
Just
mean,
add an extra borough.
Yeah,
I mean,
just add an extra borough.
like I would say add a borough, but maybe they should do like they should give like incentives for people to move to like those other less populated areas, like beef them up a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
feel like we're more experts on Florida, and I feel like Florida throughout the state is a little more like balanced as far as population. Like Miami's pretty busy, that's all way in the south. The Tampa, that's on the, that's way on the west. Orlando in the middle. And then you have a couple of like East Coast cities that are big. Like it's pretty spread throughout the state.
Mm-hmm.
not anymore. It's freaking becoming all populated everywhere now because people from New York are spread now.
Then
Coming
Buffalo
down
people
here.
need to stay up there in Buffalo.
Right. Gosh.
What's the next thing you want to talk
Down
about?
to
We'll talk
Florida.
about, yeah, move down. You'd be a cool Florida person.
I would never move down to Florida.
You could be a Florida girl.
I will not be your next Florida man, your next Florida woman. I don't have
Florida
sex with
woman.
alligators. That's you people.
Florida woman, Kalina.
You know what's crazy though? When I was in Buffalo, because when me and Blue would travel somewhere, it's like, okay, we're in Chicago. I'm from Sarasota, or we go to San Diego. I'm from Sarasota, or I go to Portland. I'm from Sarasota, and nobody knows what that is, and unless you go to Buffalo, everybody knows what Sarasota is because they either have a house down there, or they can't wait to move down there, or they know someone that lives down there, and it's like, no, y'all stay up here where y'all supposed to be at and leave my place alone. Y'all coming here populating everything. And no disrespect to anybody that lives in Buffalo coming to Sarasota. But golly, like
Kalina.
Sarasota, Bradenton, Tampa area, all the way down to Fort Myers and all that stuff, it's getting really, really populated.
Here's what it is you definitely have a big retirement community down in Florida that is populated with people from New York. Because we get sick of living in the snow for all of our lives. So we like to retire in a warm place. And Florida's, kind of the one that makes the most sense. You get to buy some water, and it's not like crazy expensive. I know of a retirement community down there that's almost exclusively filled with people from Buffalo. But it's not young people going down there, I don't think. Old retirees.
Right. Well, yeah, that's true. And it's like, I don't know, a lot of young people too are trying to get to move down there and get properties down there and all that stuff as well. So
Never be me.
because you gotta think as well, like a lot of those young people, they come down here because they have like the older people, their grandmas, parents, whatever, that come down here. So then they come down here during spring break, they see how lit it is, then they come during the summer, they come to the beaches, they're having a good time, they're probably wilding out, oh, I want to move down there. Like I know a lot of people like we know some nurses that we used to work with that are from, New York, upstate New York. I met a dude downtown a few weeks ago. He's from Buffalo. And yeah, so and it's like, dang, like like it's the whole reason why New York moved from like the third most populated state and moved down to fourth, and Florida took over because everyone's coming to Florida. But also, you gotta think a lot of people that were getting shut down during COVID stuff, they don't want to live like that no more. They want to come down here where they have less state tax, they have more freedom. They're not going to be shut down and forced to wear masks and all that stuff too. I think it's just as political as it is geographical and climate wise. Me personally.
Yeah, you guys can have all the anti-maskers. That's fine with me. We don't want them. You guys can have them in Florida. They want to go down there. Good riddance.
But the thing about New York, like Buffalo too, I feel like it's pretty cool when it's like warm outside. Like I was there, and the first month I was there was pretty cold, but the second month it was starting to get warm and stuff was starting to get lit. People were starting to throw events and everything like that. I was working, so I didn't really get a chance to join it like that. But I could tell Buffalo is probably pretty cool.
We have some fun stuff going on, that's for sure. There's events like every day, if you know where to go.
Yeah, you just gotta find
All
them though.
revolving around drinking and stuff.
Yeah. Ain't that is freaking truth.
Right? Those guys are wild up there.
Especially the Bills
speaking
fans.
speaking of wild, what about this Brittany Griner thing going on? So for those who don't know much about it, so Brittany Griner, I guess, was arrested on February 17th in Moscow. So, she's like NBA, WNBA legend. She was over there playing during the off season and for a Russian league, like making extra money, and she got detained at 8. So she's been detained since February 17 and is still over there.
I didn't know it'd been that long.
Yeah, so it's been a while. It's been like over 4 months. So I guess she just recently came out and I guess she appeared in front of a judge and she said like no one ever read her rights, no one told her about like what was going on. And she's just been sitting there in jail. They've made appeals to Biden and stuff to try to get her out of jail. And I don't know. I don't know what the next move is.
Such a horrible position to be in, especially with the political climate in Russia right now.
That's I was thinking the same thing. It's like, it's tragic. It's gotta suck to be in there. You're all the way across the other side of the world. You don't know what the hell language they're talking, and you don't know the people in their culture and how they get down. With that being said, why would you, during the middle of a freaking on the verge of a world war, be in Russia with something that is hardly even legal in your country? Like you can't be, especially international travel. Like if you're in the States, you want to sneak something or whatever, that's cool. But like flying international, that's something you don't risk, especially when you're a high profile person like that and you have responsibility to travel to and from overseas like that very often. It's like you can't risk that, man. You can you gotta be smart in that, especially looking the way you look. You're a black chick, you're tatted up, you got dreads. So you're automatically a target as it is. Motherfucker come and just fuck with you anyway. So it's like you gotta do better than that, man. We've all made mistakes, but it's like, you gotta just do better than that.
I don't know. In her defense, though, I mean, she is a celebrity, and she went to Russia to play for their league. Like, come on, like she's coming to your country, she's helping out your economy, she's helping out your sport. Like, that's pretty whack. Like, they should have fined her, messed with her, ruffled her up, but they should never imprison her. That's BS all around.
I mean,
Yeah, I have to agree. It's
I mean,
draconian. Yes, she knows the rules. Yes, she did break the law, I suppose. But on the other hand, there's no defending the draconian prison sentence that or jail sentences that she's been serving right now. It's insane.
I don't know. I feel like the whole thing is whack, and if I feel like Biden has been too soft on him, I feel like the world has been too soft on him. Personally, if I was them, I would let them know, hey, Russia, if this is how you're going to treat athletes that come and perform in your country, then how about you get banned from any Olympic sport? How about that?
I
They
mean, I
get
thought
banned for invading another country, but
I mean, I can see that.
they already were imposing like sanctions and doing all that stuff.
Yeah, but that's all like business related. I mean, that's
I mean,
not
it's
really
still gonna
sports
hurt their
related.
economy though.
As far as what trades and stuff, or as far as Olympic stuff goes.
I mean, the Olympics and stuff, like, what does that do for them? Like, if you ban it
I,
after the Olympics, what does that do for them? That hurts their economy as well. That brings in revenue.
oh yeah, that's gonna hurt their economy as well because they go out and as they participate, you talk about TV contract deals, you talk about merch sales, you got to talk about ticket sales, all that stuff that's got to get divided. Also, I mean, they're putting a pot. All of them are put. All these countries are putting a pot to where host the Olympics. So if you get banned, that automatically is going to throw you out of hosting the Olympics, which is huge moneymaker. I mean, that's crazy.
I haven't
Yeah,
really
man.
kept up with the war. But I do know there were sanctions against Russia. And last I heard, and this was probably months ago, but um, the sanctions were definitely affecting the citizens. But I mean, they're still going through with the war, so it's pretty messed up. I don't know how much banning them from the Olympics would do if
You know
sanctions
what?
are doing nothing.
I mean that as far as trying to get Griner back, but I don't care what nobody says. I'm going to play devil's advocate here, and I think if Trump was in office, Trump would have got her back by now. I don't care what nobody says. Biden is too soft. Biden should have been got her out of here.
I mean, I'm no Biden fan, but to play devil's advocate, what do you think? What is he supposed to do? It ain't just like, okay, bring him out, pull him out, let's get him out. Like, it can't be that serious, especially on a country where you're already at odds at. Why would Russia just fork her over? Yeah, Trump might got him out or got her out quicker, but at the end of the day, Trump and Putin had like a better relationship than Biden and Putin did. So
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, you got to be a little more aggressive at least. Like, let me see you doing something. I guess he came out and said that he was proposing a deal to get her out, but that was recently. She's been in jail since February. Like, yo, like this is uncool. Like, would we treat LeBron James like this? Would we treat Tiger Woods like this? Would we treat I don't know any of these other guys like that?
but apparently
Yeah,
there's
because they're more famous than their men.
That's just crazy though.
yeah,
And
but
I'm sorry, but Trump would not be more aggressive. I'm sorry, Johnny, but Trump would not be more aggressive. The only weapon he had was his mouth. He wouldn't have done shit.
Even so, let me at least see you bark. Even if you're not gonna bite, I'm getting no bark. I'm getting no bite from Biden. I need to see something. Like, come on.
The bark would just make us look like dumbasses, which is the only
He,
thing he did throughout his entire presidency. He made us look stupid as a country.
I mean, I'm a Trump fan. I mean, but I just feel like I think he would have been more aggressive just for the fact that she was America and he's like America first. I don't think he would have stood for this.
I mean, I don't know. I read that there's like other Americans that are in locked up in Russia right now. They're just not getting as much attention as Brittany Griner because Brittany Griner's a celebrity. So if anything, she's already getting more like they've already got like movements and stuff for Brittany Griner and everyone. This is like a big thing in the news and it's all over social media and all this stuff. But there's also people that are in jail that are Americans in Russia that no one's thinking about and no one's considering that they have to work on getting them out as well. It ain't just Brittany Griner. Like there's more people over there. Apparently, this is what I heard. I don't know how true this is. I think I read it somewhere, but I can't find the article that I was reading that said that. But I don't know, man. I don't think it's just that easy. It's just like, just because Biden isn't really like up here saying like, putting it on his Twitter saying we're gonna get Brittany Griner home, or putting it on his Instagram and making a big deal about it. I don't, I like, and that's just me, playing devil's advocate for Biden, because it can't just be just like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to this country that already fucking hates us. It's already mad at us for putting sanctions on them because they're funding a country that we're trying to take over, and I'm just gonna give them back their prisoner. Like, I don't think it works that way. Not during damn near proxy war at this point. I think Biden's probably doing as much as he can do. But at the end of the day, it's like, what can you really do? At the end of the day, it could start a war. Like, this could start a war, because it's like, okay, well, if I'm doing what I can do and Russia's not budging, then the only other thing I could do is start bombing them. In I don't know. I don't think they're gonna bomb somebody
Nah, I don't think there are either. There's
for
no way.
trying to get someone back that like clearly broke a law in a foreign country that she shouldn't have been doing. So it's like, I think Biden's hands are a little tied with
Do
this
you think
situation.
morally it would be okay to start a conflict or a war over this?
I
No,
don't
I
think
don't think
that
so.
I don't think that this should start a war at all, but that's a conversation that me and Blue had
Yeah.
before, because
I
Blue was thinking we should go to World War III over damn Russia.
no, I didn't say that. I said
Essentially, he
if
said that.
no, what I said was I can understand either side. If we went to war or we didn't go to war, I can understand both sides. Is what I said. I didn't say, oh no, we definitely shouldn't go to war. But I said if we did go to war, I could understand. If we didn't go to war, I could understand. That
So,
was my argument. My argument was like, yo, they're out here like invading Ukraine and killing all these innocent people and all that stuff. And it's like if the shoe was the other way around, we'd want people to defend us. We wouldn't want people just to stick around and not do anything. And so I could understand if we went to war to defend Ukraine, because that's the same thing we would want if someone was doing that to our people. Like if you think about it, we haven't had a war fought over here in American soil in ages. Now, if someone came and was like bombing us and trying to take our land and do all this craziness, we would expect other people to come in for us.
That's where it gets complicated because of the implications of being NATO members. It's not as simple as just let's just jump in, It's
Yeah.
it affects far too many countries for it to be that simple.
Yeah. I mean, it makes
Far too
sense
many
because
countries.
I mean, that makes sense. Ukraine, I guess, had applied multiple times to become NATO members and kept getting blocked. And so that's a whole complicated issue of itself. So that's all I said. I said I could understand if we went to war. I could understand if we didn't. But I mean, it just makes more sense that we don't.
it
The
definitely makes more
situation
sense
is
that
so
we don't.
messed up.
It's like, I don't know, man. Countries just gotta like countries just have to just know how to defend themselves, I guess. You just gotta be prepared at all times. It's like when you're going down the street, walking down the street, and someone wants to attack you or something. Well, you can't just depend on, okay, well, hopefully if I'm in this situation, maybe there'll be people around that will help me, blah, blah. No, you got to be prepared and ready at all times. Like, you got to be ready to go, throw them hands.
Yeah, but
So,
it's really not that simple, especially when it comes to politics, because there's a lot more going into it. For example, like Haiti had an army that got disbanded, and when Haiti wanted to when there was a president that came and wanted to reform the army, all these other nations came in and was like, why? Why do y'all want to start an army? Like, why are y'all planning on going to war? Like, what's going on? And then they didn't end up doing it. But the whole fact was so that they can defend their people and so that they can defend like their government like buildings and things. And yet they didn't do it. Like they should have done it.
well, there's also a difference because it's hard to compare countries of African descent to countries of like European descent. I'm getting at. Like, if if
Yeah.
if if fucking Turkey over here, or or whoever over here decides they want to start training their soldiers, they want to put $2 million towards army funding and all this stuff. No one's really gonna give a shit. Yeah, it might make news, but no one's really gonna give a shit. Then if you have someone like Jamaica or Zimbabwe or Ethiopia or somewhere like that, and they want to start putting more funding towards their military and this and that, then it becomes an issue. Then you have special interest. Then you have like, I don't know, like a lot of times we see situations like that, they make stuff up so that way they have a reason in the view of public opinion to be over there doing whatever the hell they're doing. You know, like I'm pretty sure they tried that with Haiti. They were trying to say Haiti was doing something crazy, and then so they had made up an excuse to go over there and fuck them. I don't know. You know better than I do.
Yeah,
They've been fucking up Haiti for a long time, though.
for a very long time. And people blame Haiti for being so poor and this and that. And it's like, yo, they've been getting screwed by the world forever.
Of course, because they see them Haitians and they were like, man, them motherfuckers are tough. So we can't let them rise to power like that. So now we gotta do whatever we can to make sure that they don't rise up like they did. You gotta think, bro. If a country like Haiti, who's the first country to like gain their independence, rose up and like they had like a Marcus Garvey come out of there or like a Malcolm X, something like that, and like stood for like Black Power and like started uniting like African countries, stuff like that, man, that shit would not fly. Are you kidding me?
I mean, that was the whole thing. I mean, once Haiti had their freedom and stuff, other countries started embargoing them and all that so that they didn't become a symbol of what the rest of the world could do.
Right. Well, yeah, man. It's tough. I still want to go to Haiti though. I still want to see what Haiti's like, even though I hear
Yeah.
Haiti's pretty rough right now.
Yeah, now it's time to go, brother. You're gonna get ransomed for sure.
But I'm sure if we went over there, they'd take Kalina over me. I mean,
Oh yeah, for sure. They'd take Colleen over you any day, but
Why is that?
you just look better. I'm sure they'd probably figure they could get more money off of you.
I'm just credit for him.
Yeah, they knew for sure somebody would pay to get you back.
Oh God.
If I go over to Haiti and get freaking kidnapped and ransomed, bro, my goose is cooked, brother.
So is that what happens? Like you get like kidnapped and then like what America pays to get you back or something?
I mean, I don't want to make people feel like, oh, like nobody ever goes there, but it is pretty dangerous over there now. Like there are a lot of kidnappings, there are a lot of robberies and things like that in certain areas. Some people go all the time
Mhm.
and see, oh, if you go to this area, it's safe. If you go to that area, it's safe. But for like touristy people who don't know, and if you don't like have no real ties, I wouldn't know, maybe like a cruise ship or something like that.
Got it. If I go and I get kidnapped and someone pays my ransom, can I get a share of the
Hey,
ransom
for
money?
real. Just like me, if I go, they're gonna look and they're gonna be like, man, he ain't from here. Even me being Haitian, they're gonna know I'm not from there.
but you know, that's
Don't
like
sound Haitian.
it doesn't. That's like I hear that's like some of the Caribbean countries in general. I hear Puerto Rico is like the same way. Certain parts of Puerto Rico, and then I hear it's like you got all these corruptions within like DR where the police try to run you over and like mix.
Please
I
don't
mean,
say that. I'm literally going there in 2 days. Stop.
ooh, dang. Are you driving? Oh, I'm not. Like when you get there, you're gonna get a rental car and stuff.
No.
I mean, you'll be all right. Well, you're going to like a more touristy part.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like I'm staying at a resort and everything, so should be
Yeah.
safe, hopefully.
Most countries don't really allow uh domestic people to mess with the touristy parts because that's what brings in the money. But like if you were going to like a part that was more like culture that's more DR specific, not maybe so touristy, then maybe you might run into that. Like
Maybe.
like Blue and I went to Tijuana, Mexico, and Tijuana, Mexico is touristy, yeah, but it's still like its own thing as far as like a city in Mexico, right? So it's like you have your touristy part, which is where they say you should stay, but once you start roaming out that part, then it becomes getting like more corrupt and stuff like that. But if you went to somewhere like Cancun or Cozumel, where it's like super touristy, you won't have to worry about that stuff.
Mhm.
But if you go
Yeah,
to,
Cancun wasn't scary at all. It was beautiful.
yeah, but we were doing a San Diego contract, and everyone says you should go to Tijuana, but you need to stay in this certain part right here and don't wander off too far from here. It's like it's a very small part where you should stay at, as far as like if you're not from there, you know what I'm saying? So, which is
That's with
crazy.
most countries, though. There's even if you were from outside of the U.S., there's certain parts of the U.S. you can go to. There's certain parts of the U.S. I won't go to. There's certain parts of Buffalo I won't go to.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? They say there's some parts of New York you shouldn't go to.
Yeah, I believe that.
They say there's some parts of LA you shouldn't go to as well.
Skid Row.
I went down there one time.
For what?
Cause like when I go somewhere, I like to see like the good and the bad. I don't like to just see like because I want to get the whole experience. So when I went to LA, you go to like the Hollywood Walk of Fame and you see all this other like touristy cliche stuff, but then it's like, okay, you got one city where it's like super, super touristy. Then you have another part of the city at Skid Row, which is like homeless and it's nasty, it's disgusting. It's like they try to sweep it under the rug in order to keep their touristy thing going and bring the revenue in. But it's like, why don't y'all fix this for the people that actually live here? Like, how must it feel to know how shitty your city is, but then you go on the news and it's portrayed as like, oh, it's like such a cool, great place, and blah blah. And to be honest, even like the touristy place, I don't know if you've ever been to LA before, but even the touristy places are like not even that. It's like it's still dirty there.
Yeah.
It's still messy. It's
Same in New York
still,
City.
yeah, New York City. But I liked Toronto. They say Toronto's like a clean New York City, which it is. I got the vibe there. I definitely got.
Even arguably a lot less busy, maybe.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like you still get the city feel, and there's still beautiful tall buildings and a lot to do. But I didn't feel as claustrophobic in Toronto as is portrayed in New York City. I haven't actually been to like,
Hmm.
super populated parts of the city. So I love Toronto though. That's great.
Right, right. I want to go see Texas. I've never been to Texas before.
Mm.
I want to go to Texas.
I want to go see
Where in
Houston.
Texas?
I want to go see
Houston.
Houston. Shout out to my friends. Shout out to my buddy Francisco, my buddy from Roseburg, Oregon. Shout out to my friend Celise, a great friend that's from LA. She lives there now.
Luis.
Shout out to y'all. Hope y'all are well. But Houston, I hear, is probably like the most Houston and I think Austin. I think.
Yeah, Austin. Yeah, you see, Austin is crazy, bro. It's like one of the most up and coming cities right now.
And I'm pretty sure Austin is close to Fort Worth, and that's where like JFK got assassinated, I believe.
Now, Fort Worth is Dallas area. That's towards the north of the state. Like Austin is towards the south. It's like Austin, San Antonio, and Houston are all like within the same area. It's in the um, southeast of Texas.
Mm,
Yeah, so they're all like within the same area. And then Dallas is up north, and then there's like El Paso, which is like the only thing on the other side.
mm.
I've heard the cost of living is really reasonable in Texas too. Um, whether or not that's worth living in such a fucked up state, up to you. They have some
Drunk
nice
says,
cities, but I don't think I'd live under that state government.
yeah.
Yeah, Texas is dope though, man. I would love to go to Houston. I'd love to go to Austin.
So
Again, maybe nice to visit, but living there, I don't know. I don't think
No,
I
why would you
could.
live there?
Why wouldn't I live there?
Yeah.
Uh, Republicans.
I mean, I could see, but to be honest, to be fair, I've traveled to a lot of states, and a lot of the red states are pretty dope places. I mean, Florida is technically red, and Florida's a pretty
Yeah.
dope place.
I don't doubt that it's not a nice place to visit, and I don't even doubt that the people are nice, especially when you go to the big cities. But the state government is just so fucked that I don't think I could live there.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's beautiful though. I like the dry heat.
I mean, there's no state tax there. I mean, Texas might be the closest thing to Florida.
Mhm. I wouldn't live in either.
Dang.
Me. Honestly, I feel like when it comes to politics, I think that people make politics into too much of a big deal as it is, because a lot of times politics apply not as much to people as they think it does. Like the main politics for me would be, you know, are we still closing stuff off for masks? Do you have state tax? Um, am I able to have my gun, when I want it and stuff like that? What are my rights? Stuff like that. But like,
What are my rights? Exactly. I would have fewer rights in Texas than I do up here in New York. Why would I do that to myself?
well, I mean, what rights are you talking about? Like, what like right specifically you talking about?
Oh God. I mean, most recently they've outlawed abortion. Texas.
Right,
Oh,
right.
did
I'd
they?
have fewer
Yeah,
rights down there than I do up here.
that is true.
Yeah. It's a big one. It's healthcare,
Right, but at the
I
same
have
time, and I feel what you're saying, and I do agree that the government should stay out of our business and away from our bodies and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, do you plan on having kids?
no, but you can't plan
Right. So
everything.
right. So but the thing is like like it doesn't affect you specifically. I mean, like I get what you're saying, because I'm the type of person where even if it doesn't apply to me, I still don't want to be told I can't do something. Right.
Yeah.
However, when it comes to living in a place, if it doesn't affect me as much, I probably won't take it into much consideration. Although I would definitely advocate for it to be, a freedom to choose what you want to do, because that's how I view things. But when it comes to like living somewhere, I want to see how's the weather, what are the taxes like, what are my rights that specifically pertain to me when it comes to like, me protecting myself, just certain things that would apply directly to me.
But you asked me, do I plan on having children? No, not at all. Which would make me an even better candidate for abortion as healthcare, because I don't want to have children. So if anything were to happen, I would need that option. So
That's a
I
fair
think it
point.
does affect me.
You're right. You're
That being
you're right.
said, I have no plans to ever need one. Obviously, who would want that? But I want to live in a state where I have access to a full range of healthcare.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a fair point.
You're the one who doesn't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Well,
Lucky.
I don't know about that.
No?
I mean, if something were to happen in a state where he lives and abortions were illegal, and let's say she wanted to have one, I mean, it
All I
still
meant was
affects him.
all I meant was that he can't get pregnant.
I mean,
Unless it's something I don't know.
I mean, personally, he can't get pregnant.
Yeah.
From what I know.
Exactly.
But I could get 10 girls pregnant tonight if I wanted to.
And if you did, they can't get abortions, and you're gonna get 10 child support.
You want to end
Goodness.
up paying child support?
I think I'm good on that, but well, when you put it like that, I probably should pick the right state then.
You should probably stay in a blue
crazy.
state.
That's crazy.
Guess I might
That's
have to move
crazy.
back to Buffalo then. Shoot.
Mhm. See, once it affects you, then you start to realize.
No, you're right. You're right. And a lot of times laws do trickle down and affect us. I mean, sometimes indirectly,
That's
but
wild, man. I wonder, like the rate of like birth control and like vasectomies must be going like through the roof in these states, right?
Mhm.
Where people have to be more cautious.
Facts.
Oh, Kalina's putting on the glasses.
I gotta like walk inside this conference room real quick.
Can you see us
My
now?
phone's gonna die.
Can you see us now, Kalina?
Yeah.
Like, get your glasses up.
You know, I could see you before. I'm not totally blind. Not 100% at least. I don't like my glasses.
Well, guys, I need to start getting ready for work soon.
Dang, what time is it?
So we think we got like a good hour on here.
That's
So,
wild.
huh?
I said, that's wild. Been on here for about an hour.
I know, right? So, but I want to thank everyone that tuned in to our podcast. What's good? What's really good? Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share. We got new content coming out. We got sweepstakes coming out, guys, that we're going to be announcing the winners for next week. So be prepared for that podcast as well. We got vlogs coming up. We have what we got coming up? I know we got like
Oh,
DR.
we got a couple vlogs. So we're gonna be putting out a vlog on Tuesday. We have our DR trip. We also have Monty's third fight. We have a couple vlogs to put out. So we gotta pick out which one we're gonna put out so we can start announcing it early.
So guys, be on the lookout. Stay tuned. What's Really Good Productions LLC. Get at us. If you want to be on a podcast, I'm the Bad Nurse One on Instagram. My buddy Bluegill74 right there. Or send us an email, what'sreallygood@gmail.com. Stay tuned, you guys. We got good stuff. We want to thank Kalina for tuning in and being part of our podcast today. Fridays at 4:30, guys. It's going down. What's really good, y'all? We appreciate it, y'all. Stay safe, stay motivated.
Yes, sir.